Welcome back to Houston Life. If you love books and discovering Houston's hidden gems, we've got a fun way for you to explore the city over the next month.
Yeah, the third annual Houston Independent Bookstore Crawl lets you explore everything from quaint shops to Black and Latina-owned bookstores that highlight diverse authors. Joining us now are Dara Landry, owner of Class Bookstore and the creator of The Crawl, and then Elizabeth Farfan Santos, owner of Dreamers Bookstore, which we know and love. Welcome you both. Welcome back.
Hi, guys. So excited to be back. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure because we all know what a bar crawl is, but you kind of took that same idea and said, we're going to do a book crawl. Quickly tell people what this is. Very similar.
Absolutely. Very similar to a bar crawl, but think about 31 independent bookstores all throughout the greater Houston area. You have 1 month from April 1st to April 30th to visit as many bookstores as you can. No purchase necessary. You take your nifty bingo card, you'll pick one up at a bookstore, and at every bookstore you go to, you get a stamp. After 15 bookstores, you get entered into a raffle for some great prizes from all the bookstores.
And you mentioned no purchase necessary. So if someone picks up a bingo card, but they want to check out their local bookstore, they can still get a stamp without
Absolutely, they can still get a stamp. We encourage them to engage with the store, though. Make sure you follow them on Instagram or sign up for their email list, something like that. But no purchase. Support them. Yeah, there are many ways to support.
And as bookshop owners, we've talked a lot about this on Houston Life, the importance of not just shopping local, supporting small businesses, but also as the world of reading has evolved, local bookstores, Elizabeth, still play a critical role in our communities.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's local bookstores. I think we have to think they're curated. They're doing the work of finding the good books for you. And so if you don't have time to go into a massive bookstore, go on some other website, going to a small bookstore where you know that you can experiment and whatever you pick up is going to be great. That is the work of the bookstore.
And personal recommendations, right,
Absolutely.
from the bookshop owner.
Yeah, and Elizabeth, your bookstore is one that you created out of a necessity in this Houston community that is so diverse, so overwhelmingly Latino. You weren't finding any books by authors representing the very people that live in this city. Tell us about that.
That's right. I love reading Latina authors, Latin American authors, and these are just not available in our city. We haven't had a Latina bookstore. This is our only Latina bookstore in Houston, where you can find books from local U.S.-born Latinos as well as folks from all across the Latin American diaspora in English and Spanish.
Well, I'm not surprised. You were once a university professor with a PhD in anthropology. Did you envision that one day you would own a bookstore?
I didn't, but I've had students finding me, old students, and I've had them remind me that at one point I did tell them that I was going to open a bookstore, which I don't remember, so I guess I did somehow.
Dara, you are someone who also, you own a bookstore and you represent the Black woman, the Black perspective. Why is it so important that we have these indie bookstore stops where people like Elizabeth, you each have your own story to tell. Why is it important that we support local in that way?
Absolutely, because bookstores are as diverse as the city of Houston is, right? And so just for the millions of folks that are in this city, each bookstore is curated to taste and it brings its own unique perspective. My perspective as a Black woman, married, all the things, right? And Elizabeth's perspective as a Latina woman in this city. We're going to curate our stores in a way that is going to touch a completely different audience. And so each store brings that on the tour. As you go through the bookstore tour, you get to see all the the diversity in this city represented in books.
And Dara, the book crawl is growing. So stores in Katy, Cypress, LaPorte, Friendswood. This truly is a greater Houston area crawl. What's your hope? For years 4, 5, and 10.
Well, Chicago has 81 bookstores on their bookstore tour. And so for us on their bookstore crawl. So for us,
we need 82.
We got to beat.
We need 100.
We're only at 31, guys. We got to step it up.
Step it up.
We need more. We can't let Chicago outdo us in food, books, or anything. We're better.
Well, and there's your bingo card on the screen. Pick up one from your local bookstore. And again, this bookstore crawl happens throughout the month of April. Dara Landry, Elizabeth Farfan Santos, thank you so much for stopping by Houston Life today.
Thanks for having us.
And thanks for doing the bookstore crawl.
Right, we'll see y'all on the crawl.
We'll see y'all on the
crawl.
Well, a reminder, the Houston Independent Bookstore Crawl starts tomorrow, April 1st. For more info, you can visit our website, houstonlife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section.